Welcome to this demonstration of how to make a meeting to identify important research problems for a given area or topic easy by using Miro. Now, I've already created the Miro board for this meeting, which you're looking at right now. And a Miro board makes it simple to collect input from as many participants as you have in digital form, which can be exported to a PDF document after the meeting. You can also easily cut and paste participant input from a Miro board to another application for processing, such as Mind Manager, which is one of my personal favorites. Now, this is a hypothetical workshop for a robotics research institute to enable a request of project proposals for funding. And the workshop consists of robotics researchers from industry, academia, nonprofits, and government. And the goal is for researchers to identify cool and important technical problems and to gain consensus of what industry wants. Now, the type of outcome represented by cool and important technical problems is problem identification. And the type of outcome represented by consensus of what industry wants is building acceptance to enable the action of issuing a request for project proposals that industry wants to help fund. Now, technical staff at the Robotics Research Institute had already gathered data on research needs, and they had distilled the findings down into 4 different high-level manufacturing operational areas, which you see in blue here. So the first one is versatility, the second one is rapid deployment and repurposing, the third one is cost-effective, and the fourth one is human-robot collaboration. Technical staff at the Robotics Research Institute had also identified 6 technology thrust areas, or TTAs, from analyzing data gathered on robotic research needs, and those are here in green. So the first technical thrust area, or TTA, is human and robot collaboration, which you'll notice is the same as the MOA, or manufacturing operator area. Second one is control and learning. Third is dexterous manipulation. Fourth is automated navigation or automatic navigation and mobility. Fifth is perception and sensing. And sixth is testing, verification, and validation. Now, you're going to simply send the link of this Miro board, which is up here, to your participants in the meeting. You're going to include this in the meeting invite to use when as part of the meeting invite to the web conference. Now, for this meeting, you're going to be in a web conference like Zoom or WebEx or some other application. You need the web conference in order to form breakout groups, which are going to be used in this meeting. And you, as the meeting leader, are going to start the meeting in your web conference. Let's just say that's Zoom for purposes of illustration. And then you, as the meeting leader, are going to share your screen in Zoom. So right now I want you to imagine that I'm sharing my screen in Zoom, and I'm going to go into the Miro board. And now I can start the meeting and everyone's going to see this because I'm sharing my screen. So I have created this navigation screen. I always have a navigation screen for my meetings. It just makes facilitating the meeting really simple because I just have to go through the topics that are on the meeting. So this meeting is going to start with an overview of the meeting agenda. So I simply click on the link to the meeting agenda, and then I can provide that overview to participants and just mention we have 4 topics today. We're going to start with a welcome and process overview. You're going to do group work, and you're going to be putting your first breakout groups to identify needs and opportunities. And part of that same exercise, you're going to be selecting needs and opportunities. Then there's going to be some separate breakout groups to identify top needs and opportunities. And then we're going to wrap up with some feedback and next steps. So now I can click back to the navigation once I've gone through the agenda. And next up are ground rules or norms for this meeting. So I'm going to click on that link, and then I'm going to step through these ground rules, and I'm going to point out that these ground rules have been designed to create a supportive and productive environment for the group work. So first we have be open to what your expertise and talent fused with that of others can create. Next we have support a creative environment. So this means engage, be yourself, be open to new ideas, debate concepts, not people, and take informed risks. Next we have support a collaborative environment. So this is about respecting that line between influence, which is the balance of me and other focus, and manipulation, which is just me focus. You also want to have a norm of telling them to ask them if you have them. So if they have questions, please ask them. One conversation at a time. No beeps, buzzes, ringy-dingies, so please silence your cell phones. You're also asking them to start on time and end on time. And here you can explain that you're going to be using a timer in the Miro board for the group work, and that's going to help advise participants when they have to move from one group task to the next. But you can also explain that each group will have a facilitator to help with this as well. Next is use a parking lot. And the point of the parking lot is to capture questions and comments that are out of scope for the planned agenda, but that you want to capture for future meetings or for use outside the meeting. And the parking lot can be accessed from the navigation screen. So I'm just going to demonstrate that now really quick. So right now I'm going to click on the link to go back to navigation. And here you can see the parking lot is in gray. So you're just going to click on that. And then for the parking lot, you just grab a Post-it note and you type, remember to think about and capture your item. And then you simply click on this link to go back to the navigation. And we're going to go back into the ground rules where we were, or you can go back to wherever you were when that happened. And then the final ground rule is ELMO, invoke ELMO. ELMO is an acronym that stands for enough, let's move on. And anyone can call for ELMO, but there has to be a majority vote in the group in order to invoke it. And this is for when group discussion gets too sidetracked. All right, now we're going to return to the navigation since we've reviewed the ground rules. And next up we have the process overview, which is for the first group assignment. So I'm going to click on the link to that. And here you're going to tell participants that you're looking at the group assignments for the first brainstorming session. Tell participants to right now make note of their manufacturing operating area or MOA that they've been assigned to. So find your name, let's say you're MOA 2. Explain that once you're finished describing the brainstorming assignment, that participants are going to get an invite in Zoom to join their breakout group. You're going to tell participants to click on this link, and then they need to click on the link to the Miro board, which will put them at their navigation screen. So you can have links here on this screen, but I'm actually going to go back to the navigation screen, and here's where you have your links. So MOA 1 would click here, MOA 2 here, and so on. And I'm going to go ahead and pretend I'm in MOA 1. So once you join your breakout group, you're going to click on MOA 1. This is going to take you to your group area here. And now I'm going to explain that you're going to have a facilitator. Each group is going to have a facilitator to help here. But I'll just talk through this really quick. So first you're going to have 5 to 10 minutes to read the brainstorming outcome, the working statement, and the example. And you're going to have an opportunity to ask any questions to clarify the work. And then you're going to, I do want to point out that the latest group research points to the importance of working alone before working with others. And in that way you maximize quality of input. So next you're going to have 10 minutes to generate options on your own in silence, but you have to use the correct colored Post-it note. So if you're from industry, use blue. If you're from academia, use purple. If you're from a nonprofit, use yellow. If you're from a government agency, you're going to use green. And you're going to think of all aspects of your assigned manufacturing operating area from your perspective. So you're going to think about existing needs and opportunities, anticipated needs and opportunities, what's worked well, what's not worked well in robotics research. You're going to think about existing technology. You're going to think about challenges to overcome and anticipated technology challenges to overcome. You're going to think about laboratory research and prototyping needed, and so on. And each Post-it note must be formatted starting with how to, in what ways might, or how to, as shown in the example, because we are identifying problems, not solutions. You're going to discuss, after you have your 10 minutes of alone time for brainstorming and capturing your input here, you put your Post notes here, you're going to discuss the captured input, and you're going to capture more needs and opportunities in the proper format as triggered by the sharing and discussion. And again, you must use the right color Post-it note. And remember that input has to find its way onto a Post-it note or it's not going to be captured. And then when the timer runs out in the Miro board, which your facilitator will let you know, you're going to click on the hyperlink to go to the next manufacturing operator area. So this pink button down here, this hyperlink. And then when you get to that new area, you're going to read the input that has been collected. A new timer is going to be set in Miro. And then you're going to add input or build on input, again, using the proper color Post-it notes. And this process is going to continue until you get back to the operating area where you started. Okay, I'm actually going to do this. So if you started the MOA 1, you're going to go through all operating areas so you have a chance for input in all the different areas. And then once you're back to your operating area, the facilitator is going to tell you how many votes that you have. And again, you're going to use the proper color dot. So blue for industry, green for government, yellow for nonprofit, and then the purple for academia. So you're simply going to grab the number of dots that you've been assigned. Let's say it was 3. And then you're going to place your dots, and you can only use 1 dot per Post-it note. You're going to place your dot from your perspective on what you think are the most important challenges and needs to address in that area. And then once the voting is completed, the breakout groups are going to be ended in Zoom, and everyone's going to be asked to go back to the Zoom meeting. Now you as the meeting leader are going to again share your screen in Zoom, and you're going to go back to the navigation screen, and you are going to show folks the new breakout groups, which are going to be according to technology thrust area. So I'm going to click on that link here. And again, you're going to ask people to make note of what TTA breakout group they've been assigned to. So they're going to find their name. Let's say it's TTA 1. They're going to make note of that. And then you explain that again, they're going to get a Zoom invite to join their TTA breakout group. You're going to instruct participants to go ahead and click on that link to join their breakout group. And then once they're in the Miro board, they can either click on their group from here or from the navigation screen. I'll go back to the navigation screen. You're going to have them click on their TTA area. So let's say I'm in TTA 1. That's going to bring them to their group work area for this second breakout. And what's going to happen here is the facilitator first is going to pick 6 challenges from the top challenges area that they feel are most related to their technology thrust area. So here I have human-robot collaboration. So as a facilitator, I'm going to go to the top challenges area. And I'm going to pick, for now, I'm just going to pick one that's related to that. So let's see, we get access, you can see the number of people, flexible materials, determine. All right, I'm going to use this one about communicating. So what the facilitator is going to do is once they find one they want to move, they're going to move that to the outside of the challenge area so that another group is not going to be working on the same one. And then they're going to, then they're actually going to copy this, go back to their TTA1 area, copy it, and then paste it into this area. And then they can actually resize this too, just to make room for more, until they have 6 here. And then what the group's going to do is they're going to decide which one of the 6 they want to work on first. And then they will drag that up into the black area up here. Just going to make that smaller, into one of these rows. And then they're going to use the proper color post-it notes to fill in the rest of the row. So what are the industry applications related to that? Technical advances, research capabilities, prototyping needs. And capture as much input as possible. And then repeat this process for the next one until the timer runs out. Once the timer runs out, the breakout groups are going to end in Zoom. You're going to ask everyone to return to the Zoom meeting. And once everyone's returned to the Zoom meeting, you as the meeting leader are going to share your screen for the last time and show people, talk about the feedback. So people are going to go to the feedback screen from the navigation screen. So click on that link. And I always like to have feedback in my meetings to learn from participants. So you're going to ask each participant to fill out a feedback card. And I'm just going to make this a little bigger so you can see it. So to fill out the feedback card, they're simply going to click on the box. What about the meeting worked well for you? Great input from everyone. What about this meeting did not work well for you? And continue that. And then you can end the meeting here, actually, once everyone has had the opportunity to provide input. This helps you as a meeting leader because the things that worked well for them you want to continue doing. The things that didn't work well are opportunities for improvement. And just to end this, I want to let you know that I have a new course called Virtual Meeting Mastery, How to Lead Virtual Meetings That Produce the Most Results for the Investment. As part of that course, I do have a primer on Miro, how to create a board like this in Miro. I'm also offering a free 30-minute facilitation consult so you can learn what facilitation can do for you. If you're interested in that, simply send me an email at valerie.patrick@fulcrumconnection.com and we'll get that free facilitation consult set up. Thanks for watching.